Hello and welcome to the latest in the very, very long running. This has been going on for decades. It feels like it anyway. Podcasts of what are we doing? I don't even know who we are anymore. It just feels like I'm going through the motions. Hello, Sarah.
Hello. You sound very enthusiastic about this, I must say.
Yeah. I'm sure we've been doing this since before podcast started, haven't we? It feels like it.
Probably. I think we're on to episode like 30, maybe even 40 something. I'm not sure. I'd need to check. But, we have been going for a bit.
You'd think after all these, someone would actually listen to them. Anyway.
Well, apparently people do, according to my stats. But anyway, we won't get into that now.
No. So what are we doing on the We're Not Experts History podcast this time?
Well, I thought we'd do something a little bit fun. Fun for me, maybe fun for you. We'll see.
Yeah, it's either another attempt to show me up or make me look like an absolute nerd.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even attempt to show you up because it never works. It always backfires because you always end up knowing more than what I think you should know. Yeah.
Look like a nerd at backside.
Yeah, you'll basically look like a history nerd, but that's okay. We can live with that. What's going to happen? I'll talk you through this, okay? Because it's a thing. Yeah. So we're going to do it's kind of a true and false scenario, but I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. So there will be 3 rounds. Each round has 10 facts. 5 of those facts will be true facts. 5 of them I will have completely have made up. And so I'm not going to give you an alternative. You know, before I would give you one that was true, one that was false, and you had to pick which one. Yeah. I'm going to literally give you them in order. You listen to the fact. You have to decide if it's true or false. Once you've decided that, it is locked in. So you can't change your mind later and go, actually, I think that one was false. Yeah. The answer is locked in. Actually, I need to get pen and paper so I can write down your answers. At the end of each round, I will give you your total, how many you got right. Sound fun?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I understand it, whether it's fun or not.
I think it will be fun. I really do. I tell you what, I did have great fun making some of these up, I must say.
Okay.
Because, you can just let your imagination run wild. Right, bear with me. I just need to grab a pen. I'm very disorganised, as usual.
Oh, yeah. I will just like to reiterate that this is the We're Not Experts History podcast. It's very, very amateurish.
Well, it's not my fault that elves come into my office when I'm not here and steal my stuff. Because I had a pen in this drawer and now it's gone.
Yeah, I hope the stuff you've made up is more believable than that.
Probably not, to be fair. Right, is this working? No. This is very disorganised. I only seem to have red pens, but red is fine. Okay, let's go. So round 1. And these are going to be quite short facts, not great big long stories, because there's 30 odd facts. So anyway, don't want to be here all night. Okay, round 1. So
I won't be here at all.
Number 1. Some medieval towns forced criminals to wear a wicker helmet filled with angry bees as a punishment for theft. Now, do you think that's true or do you think that's false?
Let me go. So, some towns in the medieval period.
Yes, sorry, I should have said this will all be related to the medieval period. I didn't say that. This is all medieval related facts. But carry on. Do you want me to repeat it? Do you want me to say it again?
Yeah, sorry, I think that one over that can't be true. I know they used to, and I think people still do, they used to make things called skeps, which were wicker, which they used to keep bees in before they obviously went on to the more modern beehive. But no, that can't be true. So I'm going to go for no, that's false. You've made that up.
Okay. And you're sure about that? Were we locking this one in?
We'll lock it in, whether I'm sure about it or not. I'm not sure, but it just doesn't ring true.
Okay. Next one. In the 14th century, some households placed live chickens in their thatched roofs, the idea being that the birds' scratching and movement would alert owners to smouldering fires.
Oh, blimey. Oh, I think that's 2 in a row that don't sound true. Why?
I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. I'm just going to give you the facts.
I'm trying to think, why would you need a chicken to make it sound? Of things I could go false on all of these, and I'm going to get it 50% of these right.
Might as well.
Surely, if your house is on fire, it's a thatched roof, you're going to hear it. And not only that, unless it's going to, the fire has got to start below the roof, so you're waiting for the chicken to start burning. Oh my gosh, it's shocking. Again, this doesn't sound true, but I'm gonna have to. I've already gone false. I'm gonna have false again, and we'll lock that one in.
You're locking that one in.
I'm now wondering whether the first time's true, but it's too late. We're locked in.
Okay.
At least I suppose if your house burns down, at least you've got chicken to eat.
Yeah, if you're not dead. Anyway, okay.
Your fire alarm kept you alive. Delicious fire alarm.
Yeah, would be quite delicious, even though I don't eat meat. But anyway, okay. Number 3. Medieval physicians diagnosed illness from the colour, smell, and even the taste of urine.
True. That is not. Well, they were still up until not all that long ago diagnosing people with diabetes from the taste of their urine.
Okay, you locking that one in?
Lock that one in as true.
Okay. Right, number 4. In 12th century Italy, a village reportedly used a large wheel of cheese in ordeals. The accused had to bless the cheese and take a bite. If they choked, they were guilty.
So basically, it's not whether they were guilty or not guilty, it was whether they could chew properly.
Basically. But this is the medieval times. We have to remember that.
Well, I don't know whether you're questioning the quality of medieval cheese or people's teeth. Oh, this is God. These are. Once again, I've never heard of this before. That just sounds like crap. But I'm going to go true. We'll lock that one in as true.
Okay.
It's just daft enough.
That's the beauty of focusing on the medieval times for this kind of thing, because the stuff that is true sounds completely made up because it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Why do you think I chose the medieval period?
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. So halfway through round 1. In 1514, the Pope received an elephant named Hanno as a gift. It lived in Rome for a few years and was adored by the public.
The Pope received an elephant
named Hanno as a gift, as a present.
As Hanno. Oh, sorry, you've thrown in the name of Hanno. Oh, now have you made up the name Hanno? True. I think that's a daft present. Someone's given. It won't be the first time an elephant has been given as a present. Probably Abraham not. Lincoln had to turn down 2 war elephants during the American Civil War. So I'm going to say true. The Pope was given a present of an elephant.
Okay. Locking in?
Lock that one in. Go on.
Dear. Okay. Number 6. Archaeologists have found medieval graves where bodies were pinned with stone stakes or decapitated to prevent them rising as vampires.
Now I've got to try and work out how far back that the vampire myth goes. Quite a way, I believe.
And no Google. I'm sure I don't have to say that.
No, there's no point using Google. It's boring. You either want to test your knowledge or you want to test Google. Oh, the only problem is I'm now getting to the point where that again sounds ridiculous, but I'm now thinking, it's probably true. It's a sort of, I do know they find like decapitated graves, but you would have thought that was war related. True. Lock it in.
You think true? Lock
I don't think
in.
It is. We'll go with it. I don't think it is. That's ridiculous. And
You sure you want to lock that one in?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7. Some scribes supposedly used powdered fireflies to create glowing manuscript letters.
Powdered firefly.
Fireflies, yeah.
It's happening again because I would have thought, well, surely you killed a firefly and the light goes out, but then false. I've got to go false. I would have thought surely whatever it is that's making them translucent, they could probably use, but surely as soon as this is ridiculous. False. Lock it in. I can't think why it would be true. Why it would be false. Just lock it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Number 8.
I might have a little cry after this. Go on.
You might what? Sorry.
I might have a little cry after this. I feel feeling.
Sure you will. Margins of medieval books sometimes show cheeky doodles, knights fighting snails, angry rabbits chasing hunters, or monks making fun of themselves.
That is true. Yeah, I've seen them. There's sort of like, there's ones with monks bending over and then reaching between their legs to push a trumpet into their backside. So when they fart, you get the trumpet sound. All sorts of weird stuff, and giant snails chasing people. I have seen those. True, lock that one in. Feel a little bit better about myself until I find out that it's false.
I don't know where you've been looking to find these things, but okay. Right, number 9.
Google it, you'll find them.
Okay.
Carry on. Number 9.
In many medieval libraries, books were literally chained to desks or shelves to stop them being stolen, as they were incredibly valuable.
That's a superb idea. Why don't we do that now?
Probably should, to be honest, shouldn't we?
A lot of people don't even know where where the libraries are now, do they? God, that's the thing. I want to say no. Why would you do that? People go to the libraries to look at the books. You want to share the knowledge, but it sounds like it's too good an idea. True.
Think true. You locking that in?
True. Lock that one. Yeah, go for that one. I've got that feeling of disappointment coming again.
Okay. Last one of this round. A rumour claims that one medieval town charged a small tax on wide brim hats because they supposedly blocked the sun from others.
Oh dear, that's another one that could sound ridiculously stupid, but it may very well be true. Oh, I wonder if it's false. No, I'm not having it. Surely you wear a wide brim hat to keep the sun off yourself.
And other people, apparently.
I don't believe it.
You don't think that's true? You're going to say false. Are you locking in?
Lock that one in as well.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see how you did. Okay, so question 1 was the bee helmet punishment. You said false. You would be correct. That was made up. Made that one up.
Was it?
So you got that one right. Question 2.
I've just been a little bit I've just got to enjoy the buzz from that now.
That was ridiculous.
That was crap, yeah.
Question 2. Medieval fire insurance by Chicken. You said false. Yeah. I feel like we're on a game show. Yeah. And you would be right. That is also made up by myself. That was false as well. Okay. Number 3.
The thing is, sorry, I'll jump in there. What made me also doubt that one is if you have a look at Thatch now, they have netting over it or chicken wire, which made me wonder whether that's where the thought for it came from.
Oh, no, I don't even know where the thought for it came from, actually.
It's just
maybe subconsciously, because yes, thinking about it, they do have chicken wire on them. Okay, number 3, the urine doctors. You said that was true, and yes, you're right. Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying this right. Uroscopy. Did I say that right? Was a standard
I've never heard
practice.
Of the word, but that's how I would pronounce it. Yeah.
Uroscopy. I should be able to pronounce it, seeing as what I used to do. But it was standard practice. Although visually inspecting and smelling was more common than tasting. But yes, you did mention it. Some physicians would test the sweetness of a person's urine to detect diabetes. So yes, they did actually used to taste urine. So that you got correct. So as well, what was that, number 3? So you got 3 out of 3 so far. Not doing bad. Okay. Trial by cheese.
Oh, yeah.
You said true. It's actually false. Made that one up. So that one's wrong.
True, and I doubted it, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5. The Pope who kept a pet elephant. You said true, and yes, you're right. Pope Leo X. He was given an elephant named Hanno, a white elephant, and the elephant was gifted to him by King Manuel I of Portugal in 1514. But the elephant sadly died 2 years later after being given a gold-enriched laxative to treat constipation.
Oh, dear.
So, didn't last very long. But yes, the Pope did have a pet elephant named Hanno. I didn't make that up. Okay, medieval anti-vampire burials, number 6. Yeah. You said true, and you would be correct. It's
okay, they did pin them down.
Yes, in some cases. It is actually well documented in parts of Europe that there were vampire burials or anti-vampire burials, and this was a burial performed in a way which was believed to prevent the deceased from reviving in the form of a vampire, or to prevent a killed vampire from returning to life. And the methods varied, but most commonly involved dismembering the body in some way or placing rocks over it to stop it from.
Okay.
So yes, that wasn't actually made up. That is actually true. That was number 6. So you've only got 1 wrong so far. So not bad.
Yeah.
Number 7, medieval glow-in-the-dark ink. You said false, and you would be correct. That was also made up.
They didn't use it. Oh, okay.
There were some glow-like pigments that existed in those times, but they did not use powdered fireflies and create glowing manuscripts out of.
No,
made that up.
I just thought that why would you try and make something out of a firefly because it glows until you kill it? Yeah,
and then it's So yeah, you would be correct. Number 8, manuscripts containing doodles by the monks. You said true, and you would be correct. And you said it yourself. There are many examples where you can see doodles, squiggly lines, and mini drawings, and they are encountered frequently in medieval books. So that is true. Right, number 9.
There are written about those as well. Yeah.
Yes. Number 9, books chained to shelves. You said true. Our survey says true. In the Middle Ages,
that is true.
It is true. Books were relatively rare and therefore a valuable commodity. So chaining books to shelves was actually a widespread security system across Europe. So it was quite common. And the largest surviving chained library in the world is here at Hereford Cathedral in the UK. And the books are still kept under lock and key in their original chains. So that is actually a thing. That is actually a thing, yeah. So last one, you're doing well. Number 10, the sun hat tax. You said false, and you were correct. Although it sounds ridiculous enough to sound like a medieval rule, it wasn't. I just made it up. So you literally got 9 out of 10 on that one.
So I've gone from embarrassment and disappointment to just embarrassment.
Yeah, basically you're a nerd. Yeah. Own it.
Yeah.
But you've still got 2 more rounds to go, and I'm sure that I will get more ridiculous as the rounds go on. But
you normally do.
Yes. Anyway, so let's go on to round 2. Are you ready for round 2? Are you excited for round 2?
I'm ready for it. The quicker we start, the quicker we can all get on with our lives.
Yeah, all right, calm down. Okay, number 1. A 13th century English knight reportedly took a live swan into battle, believing it brought protection and divine favour.
A live swan?
A live swan.
Right, I don't know why. What I'm trying to do is think about it logically.
There is no logic in medieval England, just to say, but anyway.
Which is where I'm going wrong. So, I don't know. It won't surprise me in the slightest, but I've got to say false.
You think false?
And lock it in. It wouldn't surprise me if some idiot went in there with a swan on his horse.
Okay.
Or on a swan.
Yeah, that could also happen. But you're locking in false, yeah?
Lock it in, yeah. Yes.
Okay, number 2. Some physicians recommended playing pleasant music near the infected during the plague because disease was thought to spread through corrupted air.
Okay. Well, yeah, they did think it was smells and things like that, didn't they?
Mm.
Oh my! Well, I would have expected if you'd have said they would play like music and hymns because they thought it was God's wrath that was causing it. Oh no! Oh no!
Are you stuck?
Well, I am. I'm erring. Let's just say false and lock it in.
You think
I'm not
false?
entirely. I really don't know, but we'll say false.
Okay. Right, number 3. Some Bavarian monks, and I hope I pronounced Bavarian correctly, brewed extremely strong beer known as liquid bread to sustain them during fasting periods.
Liquid bread.
Which is pretty much what I'm drinking now. I'm having a stout.
Yeah. Well, I have heard a beer called liquid bread. And I do know that there were monks that have brewed. I think we had a glass in the house for a very long time, which was a monk's bread. And I wonder if they've used it as an excuse. True. Just go with true.
You think true? Are you locking in? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, number 4. In 1360, a French parish supposedly banned polaines, which were very long, pointy shoes. I probably said that wrong because it's French. Because they stopped men from kneeling properly in church.
They banned pointy shoes.
You know the big pointy shoes they used to wear in medieval times? Yeah, because men couldn't kneel properly. Yeah, so they banned them.
Things a ban on pointy shoes. I want to say no, that's got to be absolute crap, but I actually like the sound of it. Let's ban pointy shoes. And the only reason I'm going to say true is because I like the sound of banning pointy shoes. True, lock it in.
Okay.
Let's ban pointy shoes.
Number 5. A 15th century Scandinavian king reportedly held a full royal banquet to celebrate his favourite falcon's successful hunt. Falcon's successful hunt.
A feast for his falcon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, no, I don't even know how to think. Obviously, it was the sport of kings. It was falconry, but wherever they were that, his favourite falcon. Who has a favourite photo? I suppose people will do. False. Moving on.
You think false? Lock it in.
Before I regret it even further. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I think it sounds plausible. We should move on quickly.
You think false. Right. Okay. Number 6. In parts of southern Europe, tenants could pay rent in olive oil, wine or grain if they had no coin.
So that rings a bell. I'm sure I've heard that before. I suppose if you've got things like that which are actually worth quite a bit of money to that area, you probably could. True.
You think true?
I'll go true with that one. I would lock that one in. Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds familiar. I'm not too sure why. It just occurred to me that it might be apocryphal, and I've heard it before and probably been told it's crap. But we'll go with it.
So you think true, and you're locking that one in. Okay.
True and lock it in. Yeah.
Right. Number 7.
I'll put myself up.
A 12th century nun supposedly created a candle with embedded weights that fell and hit a bell when it burned down to a certain point. So essentially an alarm clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, so that's obviously like an alarm clock, but then... well... So like a clock candle. I'm now trying to think logically. How do you know it's going to burn at the speed you expect it to? If you want to wake up in an hour, how do you know it's going to burn down to the... But then that's logic again. It's actually quite a good idea. I suppose it's... No, true. Lock it in. Move on quickly. Let me regret it while you ask the next question. But it sounds a good idea.
Sounds plausible. Okay.
Yeah. No.
Right. Number 8. A few medieval fortresses used live bears instead of or alongside water in their moats as an additional deterrent.
Put a bear in your moat?
Not in the moat, as well as the moat.
Oh,
so they'd have a moat and they'd also have live bears surrounding, I guess, and as a deterrent. I can't imagine they would have put the bears in the moat. Although bears like water, don't they? So maybe they did. I don't know.
Some do, yeah. Oh, yeah. The only problem is, I think if you've got to keep... Oh, well, how do you do that? Do you chain the bear up? Do you have to put it on a long chain?
Probably.
Obviously, you don't want them attacking the main gate, but that means if you come out the main gate, the bear can get you. But again, do I look at it logically, or do I look at it that the I want to say medieval idiocy, or is it lack of understanding? True. Let's just go true. I'm sure.
True.
Someone might have done it at some point. Lock that one in. Yes.
Okay. All right. We've only got 2 more to go. So number 9. Doctors sometimes drilled small holes into skulls to release bad humours and relieve chronic head pain.
Trepanning. Now, I do know that trepanning is an ancient medical art, should we say. They still do it now because they can get into the brain to get to bleeds. But I also know they've been doing it for a very, very long time. Whether they've been doing it to release humours, I don't know. But we'll go true on that one because I know it happened.
Okay.
True. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Number 10.
Number 10. Pilgrims collected metal badges from each holy site they visited. Early souvenirs.
Oh, now that metal. I know they were along sort of like medieval routes, like pilgrimage routes. You could get souvenirs. Yeah. True.
You think
lock
true,
it in, please.
And you're locking it in.
Yeah.
Right, you ready? Are you ready to see how you did? Okay.
Go on.
Number 1. The night with a pet swan, you said false and you were correct.
Oh.
That actually was completely made up.
Yeah. That's a win for common sense, that one.
Yes. Number 2, the plague doctor who thought music could cure all. You said false and it's actually true.
It is true.
They actually believe that sound could help to balance humours. Back to the humours again. So yes, it was actually a recommended treatment. Not saying it worked, but it was a recommended treatment.
Well, I'm going to say, go on the record now and say it didn't work. It's crap.
Yeah, it's crap, but it actually was recommended. The fact itself is true that they did recommend it, but it didn't actually work. Anyway. Okay, so that's that one. So, right, number 3, the monastery that brewed beer stronger for Lent. You said true. Yeah. And yes, you would be right. Apparently, the monks did brew very strong beer. The most famous being the Doppelbock. I don't know if I said that correctly. This was a very powerful brew, which was initially created by the Palladian monks. I've never heard of it either, and I do like a good brew. Some sources do suggest, though, that the beer wasn't bred for fasting, it was bred for feasting. So the facts are a little bit corrupted, but yes, they did brew a very, very strong beer. So that is correct. So you got that one right. So well done. Number 4, the village that banned pointy shoes. Now you said true, and no, I made that one up. Sorry. As much as you like that rule, I did invent it. So that one's not right. Okay, number 5, the king who held a feast for his falcon. You said false, and yes, you were right. Although nobles did love their birds, that was me taking it a step too far.
Well, some of them still do.
Yeah, they do. Okay, number 6, olive oil tax instead of rent. You said true, and yes, it was true. Renting kind was extremely common in those days, so yes, that was right. Number 7, the nun who invented the first alarm clock. Now you said true, and no, it wasn't true. I just made that up. No, sorry about that.
I know. I've got to split my true and false guesses up, so I'm trying to spread them out. Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is why I'm making you lock your answers in, because you might do it and then think, actually, that sounds more fake than that one. Can you see why I've made you lock them in? Because I'm just evil. Makes it more challenging. Okay. Number 8, the castle with the bear moat. Now you said true, and no, it wasn't true. Some nobles did keep exotic animals on estate grounds, and I'm sure some of them would have been bears, but there are no records to suggest that they used bears as deterrents. I just invented that.
Obviously, Tower of London had it,
Yes, yeah, but probably not as a deterrent, probably just as an attraction, I imagine.
As a tourist attraction, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Number 9, trepanning as a cure for headaches. You said true, and you would be correct. Yeah. It was a rare practice, but it was real. It was a real practice. Last one, number 10, pilgrims who wore badges like concert merch. You said true, and yes, it was true. This was hugely popular, especially in England. The badges were typically made of lead alloy, and they flourished in the 14th and 15th centuries. So that was actually a true fact. Right, let's see how you did.
I'll make that 6.
6, yes. So you didn't do as well this time round, but let's see how you're doing. Round 3. Okay. You ready? For the final round. Okay, right.
Yeah, let's get done with.
Number 1. Some monasteries kept detailed manuals on beekeeping, including how to soothe an angry hive by singing softly to the bees.
Singing softly. Oh, God, this is back to music. Can you sing to bees? Well, I know bees will probably respond to sound because they make sound, and apparently they. Oh my God! Do you think Gregorian chants started because they were singing to bees?
Who knows?
I think surely you'd sing "Honey" by the Archies. Anyway, yes, true. Lock it in. Before I try to move on, lock it in.
Okay. Number 2.
Yeah.
A wealthy 13th century merchant tried to heat his entire house using candles glued to the walls, resulting in a widespread ban on wall candles.
Honestly, I'd heard that they used to use put beehives into the houses because the warmth from there would heat the room. So that's why today when we walk into a room, you say it's swarming here.
I've not heard that term, actually.
Nah, it's a joke, and it's not a very good one either. False. You'd have to have so many candles. That I imagine it'd be too smoky. It'd be warm, but you won't be able to see anything. False. Lock it in. Move on.
Okay. You think false?
Yeah.
And we'll forget about the joke because I completely missed that. Anyway,
yeah, it was wasted.
Number 3. One medieval castle installed a talking well, and it was basically a servant who hid in a chamber below and pretended the well could answer questions for visiting nobles.
That's all very well. Very well. I didn't mean that one. As long as the servant knew the answer. Because if it's crap like I'm getting here, he's stuffed, isn't he? Yeah. Once again, some idiot might have thought this is a great idea. Let's do it, and then you put some idiot down there. No, I can't believe it. It's crap. No, you made that one up. False.
Lock it in. Okay, please. Number 4. Medieval scribes wrote dramatic curses inside books to ward off thieves, including threats of excommunication or death by swollen tongue.
So you write that in the book in case someone stole the book?
To deter people from stealing the book.
No, this is another one that sounds like absolute phony. But I could just... I think what I have learned from this is I really hate the medievals.
You would have had great fun living in medieval times.
I hate them. I think I'm also pleased. Obviously, I haven't found any medieval people in my family tree, so I'm going to just assume I wasn't descended from any of them. Oh, I'm going to have to say true. It just...
You think true? Are you locking in?
Locking in. Yes.
Okay.
Moving on.
Number 5. There is evidence to suggest that medieval foot soldiers padded their helmets with onions to absorb blows.
Onions in... When you said padded, I assumed I was waiting for something who padded their boots or something. To make it easier or to absorb smell, but then onions weren't. Was it medieval? Sorry. Medieval helmets padded with onions
to absorb blows, apparently.
I'm asking, why am I trying to think about this logically? No, it can't be true. I'm not going with that. No, lock it in. False. That can't be. Please tell me it's not.
Okay, number 6. Town bells were rung at night to signal the curfew. Fires had to be smothered to prevent flames from spreading overnight.
Sorry, go for that again. The town bells were rang at night
to signal a curfew, which meant that fires had to be smothered to prevent flames from spreading overnight.
Right, okay. Right, I see. So, because their people weren't there to look at the fires, to keep it under... Well, I think, if you... Oh, my God, I've got no idea whatsoever. Obviously, if you're pretending people to disappear, you can't leave a fire unattended. But then why would you have... Oh, true.
You think true? Are you locking it in?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like it, but yeah.
You've got 3 more left. Let's see how you go. Number 7. In parts of medieval England, rent could be paid in the form of live eels.
Eels?
Mm-hmm. As in the big long fish.
The fish things.
Mm.
Well, we've already had one but they're paying rent. Well, then again, once again, eels, obviously, they were probably quite valuable. I think they come up with quite ingenious ways of catching them using baskets, so the eels could go in but couldn't get out. Yeah, obviously, not only that, we wouldn't be using whatever they were using in the Mediterranean. My mind's completely blank. Oils and things. True.
You think true? You locking in?
Next day, true. Yeah,
Okay.
lock that one in. Yeah, well, that's stupid crap we'd do.
At number 8. Silk nightwear was banned for a period of time in the medieval era, particularly in royal households, as it was seen as indecent.
I completely agree. But I can't I should have kept a record of all the trues and falses I've made, and then there's no point doing it. No, I'm not having it.
You're not having it?
I think silk was probably seen as a way of showing wealth, and even though nobody was seeing it at night, you'd still have it just to show off that you could afford it. So false.
Okay. Number 9. During the coldest winters, it was common practice for villagers to perform a shivering dance, which involved rhythmic shaking to music in order to stay warm.
A shivering dance?
Mm-hmm.
So surely you just shiver.
Well, I think it was more like a deliberate shaking.
Yeah.
To keep them warm.
I don't know. It's another one. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. These absolute medieval morons are doing that. I know I'm being doing them a disservice, but what a bunch of morons! I'm gonna hope
those
it's
are your
false.
ancestors you're talking about, okay?
They were fuckwits, and I apologise.
Oh my god, you said the F word. Apologies for the F word on the podcast, everybody. You'll have to bleep that.
That's what the word was invented for. And I'm going to say false and hope that they redeem themselves in my eyes a little bit. Why not do some stupid dance? Even though it would keep them warm. False. Move on quickly.
Okay. Last one. Some medieval castles had toilets that emptied straight down the walls onto enemies below.
Now, I think that's true because I'm pretty sure there's still evidence of one of those at Hadley Castle, which is in Essex for those who are unaware. In the borough of Castle Point, actually. I'm going to say true because the only problem with that is, I suppose, one, yeah, you're crapping on their heads, but two, if they've got a bow and arrow or a long pike,
you're very vulnerable.
What would happen to you is probably very similar to what happened to that poor elephant.
Yeah.
When he had his gold enema or whatever it was. I'm still going to say true. You just empty your muck down onto the enemy.
Okay, right. Let's see how you did. So, number 1, medieval beekeeping monks.
Yeah.
You said true, and you would be correct. Now,
what were they doing? I can't remember.
That they kept detailed manuals on beekeeping, which included how to soothe an angry hive by singing.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
So it is essentially true, but it's probably more related to the European tradition of telling the bees. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. I actually have. So it was believed that if bees were not informed of the household's major life events, such as a birth, a death, or a marriage, they might either fall ill, stop producing honey, or abandon the hive and die. And the news would normally be delivered in a solemn, doleful tone, sometimes using rhyming verses, so it was more like a chant, which could be where the term singing to the bees comes from, but it was more telling the bees. But essentially it's true. It's true.
So that makes me think that my comment and use of a certain term about medievals was very, very accurate.
Yes.
If there are any medievals listening, that's
we
what
apologise. We apologise. I apologise on behalf of us both. James will not apologise because he just won't.
Come from me, no.
But if you're upset, just drop us a line and just let us know.
Yeah, don't bother. We don't care.
I care.
Don't
listen to him. Number 2, so we're going Candle Mayhem. So this was the 13th century merchant that tried to heat his house by gluing candles to the walls. Now, you said false. Yeah. You would be right. I did make that up. Yeah. So you got that one right.
I hope that one wasn't true. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, the talking well. You said that was false, and you would be right. I also made that up. Although it does sound quite plausible that they would do something weird like that.
What worries me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah.
Okay, number 4.
The person who agrees to do that is going to let you down.
Yeah, definitely. Number 4, book curses. Did medieval scribes write curses inside of books to ward off thieves? You said true, and you would be right. They actually did. This was actually a widely employed method to discourage the theft of manuscripts or books during the medieval period in Europe. And I have to share this because this absolutely cracked me up. Very professional, as you can tell. One example of a curse is, if anyone take away this book, let him die the death. Let him be fried in a pan. Fried in a pan, like what? Let him be fried in a pan. Let the falling sickness, I can't even, and fever seize him. Let him be broken on the wheel and hanged. Amen. I love the amen at the end. That's an actual curse that was in a medieval manuscript or book.
I'm going to make a note of that one. At some point within the next few weeks or months, I'm going to have to move, and I'm going to put that in everything I box up.
You should.
I mix this. Yeah,
you should borrow every book you return to the library. You should literally just put that inside the cover, just for giggles. Fried in a pan is what got me. I
fried in a pan. Yeah.
Absolutely done. But what and the amen at the end. Okay, moving on. Number 5, onion helmets. You said true. No, you didn't really. You said false, and you would be correct. That was completely made up. Right, number 6, the curfew bells. You said true, and yes, the word curfew comes from an old French phrase, which I'm probably going to mispronounce now, but it's couvre-feu or feu, which literally means cover the fire. Now, the practice was mainly a safety measure, as most houses were made of wood and built very close together. And we all know where that leads, Great Fire of London. So fire was a constant and serious hazard. But it was also used as a form of social control. The ringing of the bell helped authorities ensure that people were off the unlit streets at night, which reduced crime and prevented secret gatherings that might lead to rebellion, because we can't have rebellion. So that was true.
Really annoying. I'll tell you what's really annoying about that one. As soon as you mentioned the fact about where the word curfew comes from, I thought, oh yeah, I know that.
I actually was surprised you didn't mention that, because I thought that would be something you would know, which you did know, but you forgot that you knew.
I have heard.
I've reminded you that you know. But okay, number 7, ills as currency. You said true, and yes, it was absolutely true. Ill was a valuable commodity in medieval England and was consumed in enormous quantities in anything from ill pie to ill flan, which sounds disgusting. And yes, they were used as currency. People could typically catch them in autumn, as when they were salted, smoked or dried, the snake-like fish could last for months. and people would group them together on sticks to be smoked. 25 were referred to as a stick, while a bundle of 10 was known as a bind. So they were actually currency. So, and I do remember my nan absolutely loved jelly deals, and I know I tried once. I mean, remember my nan grew up in the slums of the East End, okay? So she grew up on jelly deals and tripe and all sorts of nonsense. But I do recall as a child desperately wanting to try jelly deals because my nan loved it, and I thought they've got to be delicious, and it was no, can't do it. Do you remember?
It makes me so glad I am come from a long line of Essex boys who didn't eat that, like jelly deals and pie mash and vile liquor.
Oh, do you know what? I used to love pie mash. Oh my God. And do you know what's funny is I don't eat pie. I don't like it. I don't eat any sorts of pie. The only pie that I could ever eat was my mum used to do a homemade steak pie, which was very, very nice. And apple pie I love. But savoury pies never liked, unless it was my mum's steak pie or it was pie from the pie and mash shop with the liquor. Oh my God, I used to love that.
Oh my God.
Absolutely love it. And sometimes I'm tempted to see if they do a vegan one, but I don't know. I don't know if it will be as tasty as what I remember. But anyway, yeah. I've forgotten what I was talking about. Oh yes, number 8. Royal pyjama bands. You said that was false, and you were correct. I absolutely made that up. So
yeah, at the time it would have been the royals or that probably would have put this in. If they're going to do it, they're going to tax it. But they would be the ones wearing them. So why would they want to ban something they're wearing?
Yeah, exactly. See? Logic wins out sometimes. Let me just save that. Okay, right. Number 9, the shivering dance. You said false. That was true. No, I'm joking. That was made up.
True.
I made that up. I just said it was. I said it was true just to wind you up.
They're not as big as idiots as I thought. They're idiots.
No, just not big idiots.
As I thought.
Last one. You're doing well. Number 10, toilet attack. You said true, and yes, this was true. There was, it was called a garderobe or a latrine, and this was basically a medieval toilet, and it was a simple hole which discharged to the outside, either into a cesspit or a moat. Obviously, it became obsolete with the invention or the introduction of indoor plumbing. I don't know whether they would have deliberately have allowed it to fall onto enemies' heads. I kind of embellished it a little bit to make it sound more stupid.
Yeah, I don't know that they would have tried not to shit on the enemy.
They probably did. But yes, they did have toilets that emptied straight down the walls into a cesspit or into the moat. So you actually got 100% that time.
Oh, that is. I'm actually surprised by that.
You started out strong, 90%. Then you kind of wobbled a bit, 60% in the middle, and then you came out on top at 100%. So, well done. You are officially you are officially a history nerd. So congratulations. I will send you a badge in the post.
Thank you. I can't help but think I really, really should be a virgin.
Probably should, yeah. Just to kind of like...
Yeah, it's probably grown back. Let's look at it that way. But
I'll get you some geek glasses, and you can go get a perm. And
no, you're right. I'm not wearing my hair for a perm. I'd rather be that than medieval. What a bunch of idiots.
Our ancestors. Thank you. They couldn't have been that idiotic, because if they were that idiotic, we would not be here now. We would have killed ourselves off. So there was obviously some sensible ones amongst them.
knowing how to screw is not an act of intelligence, is it? You're just breeding.
No, but we won't go into all the things of. But let's just say that
Anyway.
if we were that dumb, we would not be here now. We would have died out long ago.
Or maybe the population should be even bigger than it is now. Yeah.
Oh God, can you imagine how busy it would be around here if the population was bigger? We haven't got space as it is.
Well, let's be thankful. So many medieval people didn't know how to breed.
Yeah, and they died because we'd be very overcrowded. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. So well done, history nerd. You did very well. I'll let you sign off.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Once again, I don't feel proud about that, if I'm honest. Slightly more embarrassing. Anyway, thank you for listening to the We're Not Experts History podcast. Even though 25 out of 30 would suggest I might be getting close to being an expert, I have to say, on a subject I didn't really enjoy, on a group of people I despise. Thank you for listening.